Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. What's happening today? Stash ads. Not just these two, I got a whole stack over here to my left. Ollie's. Found these at Ollie's. Some I had a hard time turning down. So we're going to get into that. And I got a couple build projects in the progress to show you guys. Just to know that I don't just talk about models, I do actually build some. So we're going to show you what I got going on the bench here after we do this stash ad. But first, real quick, had a viewer, Dave, sent me something by the mail here. And in one of my videos on the Johan kits, I was talking about my Superbird, my Petty Superbird. I had an accident with it. Ended up getting dropped and busted the wing all up on it. And Dave has sent me a wing. So, hi Eric, here's the wing. Hope it helps and that you're able to kill that color. Don't use white primer. No kidding on that's true. In regards, Dave. So, Dave, thank you very much. I appreciate that. One thing I did find out, this wing, the yellow one, is actually wider than the Johan. But I think I'm going to be able to make it work because being that I don't have all original parts in that kit in the first place, like the seat and the fire bottle and the shifter and all that, it's not going to bother me so much that those parts aren't original. So I think we can make it work. And so I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Dave. So moving on with that, get into these stash ads here. First of all, let's look at this 64 Galaxy 500 XL. Just a nice little, it's a curbside. So there's no engine. The hood is molded. As you see on the back, the hood's molded right into the body. You do have an engine plate right there. So we'll put that right under the body. Now these look like they're made. So if you wanted to put an engine in and open the hood, you probably could. But I'm going to build this. Be a nice, quick little build. Just a little curbside. Got a few decals in there for it. So, seen this one, I had to grab that one. I've actually got the 63 Chevy 2 station wagon in this same series. So that'd be a nice companion kit for that. So that's number one. Number two here, the 60 Ford Ranchero, the little guy. Right there, the Coke version. Just a nice, you hit this one here is, I like this. You got comes with a Coca-Cola chest cooler, and you got your bottles, and then these are decals, I guess, for your crate sides there. So, got a little set of Coke bottles in there. And I've got another one of these that I bought that I was just going to do as a standard Falcon, but I kind of like this right here. I may just go with this Coke design on this kit. I kind of like that white one. You can do the white or the red. I kind of like that white with the red bed in there, so we may have to go for that. But anyway, there's kit number two, 60 Ranchero. Yeah, here you go on these. There you go. There's your decals right there, your crate sides right there. So those have not done them yet, but I think they'll build up pretty nice. So that's kit number two. Number three, from Ollie's, 70 Corvette LT1 ZR1 Coupe. Now, I had one of these that I got at a swap meet one time, but the front suspension was glue bombed like you wouldn't believe. So, deemed pretty useless. So now I'll probably just use that kit as a parts kit, like for the engine, wheels, or whatever for another project. But so I got another one here just to replace that. So, nice set of decals there. Pretty basic. Hood stripes, some license plates there. You got your turn signal lenses, side marker lights there. I like those on the decals. Saves that extra detail painting. So 70 Corvette LT1 ZR1 Coupe. Number three. Number four, coming into the side here. 41 Plymouth Coupe, Coca-Cola version. I don't think they have this dolly, although it'd be really cool if it was in there, but I didn't see it on the back of the box. But nonetheless, love the old Plymouths, love those coupes like that. Again, you get another bottle crate there with the decals for that. And then again, just there, about the same thing as the close to the Falcon there. So build up your crate sides. Couple engine options with this one. Let's see, bottom of the box. Yeah, I don't believe it shows. I don't believe there is a dolly. I think it would have probably specifically mentioned that on the box if there was. I may uncover it in there, I don't know, but as just by looking at the layout, I don't believe it's on there. So another cool kit from Ollie's. They had the AMTs, and like I really wanted to grab those up because I like the AMT kits, and they had quite a few of them there. So let's grab them, right? All right, and kit number 5 coming inside. Now this one, I had never seen this one, this specific kit. Rear engine AA fuel dragster Copperhead. Never seen that. AMT kit. And just your frame there and your body shell. Special breed and a AA fuel dragsters. Side of the box there. And actually, I almost wish I would have picked up a couple extra of these kits just for the engine alone. Because you could do a lot of options on different other cars with just that engine. Then you got your little small dragster wheels, vinyl tires there, slicks for the back. Giant slicks, it says, Goodyear's. So airfoil with a Cobra head on it there. So I was kind of excited about this one. Never seen it, and I definitely wanted to pick that one up. So awesome find on that. Copperhead. And I found a couple non-AMT kits. 99 Mustang. Dream Rides series. SVT Cobra. Now, I did get one of these when it had the Revell label on it. This got the monogram label. And it is a 1/25th scale. But I got one of these for parts. I got it for the engine for a, it was a 57 Ford Custom I was coming up with. And it's still in a bucket somewhere on the list to be built. Maybe revisit it one of these days. But I mainly use it for the engine. Kind of upgrade the engine and interior in the 57. Not the interior out of this, of course, but mainly the engine. But anyway, nice kit. I'll probably eventually one day I'll take this out and build it right out of the box, I suppose. But I love this old monogram label. I like to see them going back to that style of design. I really liked that design back in the day. So one more, one more here from Ollie's. 32 Ford Street Rod Classic Cruiser Series. Again, monogram. 1/24 scale on this one. So just basically pretty simple boxes on these. There's not a whole lot of flash on the boxes. Just gives you right up there, details on the car. This is 75 parts, so low parts count on this kit. So should be a good quick build. Maybe get once the paint's on everything, it's maybe like a weekend builder. Just depending on how much time we want to take on it. But eventually, maybe sometime, it'll go in the stash for now though. 32 Ford Street Rod convertible. Cool stuff. I like this. I like this too here. It's got etched glass basically on that vent wing there. Pretty cool. So that was the Ollie's haul there. Then I went to a hobby shop that I wasn't really sure even existed anymore. So I looked it up and they still are in existence. So I went and stopped and visited them and come back with this 1970 Ford Galaxy Taxi. Now I'd known about this kit, but I'd never seen one in person before. And he had it in there and I'm like, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to pick that one up today. Which I actually got this yesterday. But I like this here. Check it out. 429 Boss engine in a taxi cab. Well, that gets you where you need to go quick. Taxi meter in there. It's got standard wheels and hubcaps. And a taxi sign there for on the top. And I thought this was cool. Includes new bonus luggage. So you get a couple extra luggage bags in there and a nice decal sheet. Probably... you got enough in there to do at least probably a couple different taxi cars if you wanted to. And then dash gauges, love that. Get the one there with the wood grain option, non-wood grain option, some license plates, the Cali Cat cabs, curb hugger cabs, taxi, airport service. So just all kinds of different varieties there you could do your taxi up in if you wanted to. And this is actually an older release. Okay, 2021 is actually what the box says right there. 3/24/21. So I'd known this had been out for a little while. I just had never seen one in person. So another nice builder. So I've been kind of wanting to do a taxi. I was actually going to take the MPC. It would be the Fury. I think they're like the 78 Fury 4-door, like the old Roscoe police car. And actually was going to convert that into a taxi, order some decals, but I got my car and the decals now, so I'll just build the taxi out of this kit. So thought that was a neat find from the hobby shop. All right, that takes care of the haul, guys. So now I'm going to take a pause here real quick, and we're going to see if we can get something to magically appear on the bench here. 1 second. And just like that, there it is. Isn't that something? YouTube's amazing. Anyway, this is my progress on the Cale Yarborough number 27 Valvoline Buick car. Just to show you, I am doing some work on this, but you know, with work schedule and everything, and you know, life happening and all that, not going as quickly as I would have hoped to on it. But anyway, here's a body. Now, what I decided to do on this is they've actually molded these with door lines in there. But the actual race car would not have had those door lines. So I'm not sure why Monogram did that. Have no idea. But anyway, I decided on this one, let's just go ahead and fill those in. I kicked it around whether I was going to. I decided to do it. Looks a little rough now, guys. It's still in the early stages here. But making a little bit of progress on it. And then, of course, the other side, this will be like my second coat. Let's say a little rough looking, but we got to start somewhere. So... but that's the Buick body, the Buick Regal. Nice looking car. Real comparable to the Monte Carlo. But this was a kit, I don't have a box for this, because this was a kit I actually ordered for Mike's, one of his donor kits. And so that's how I come about. I got no box. And then I ordered the decals off of Mike's. And I think I showed them in a previous video too. So, but we'll be getting them back out here as we progress on the body. Now, I like to do mine like this, build the whole roll cage first. I think it just, before I paint it, just give me a chance. That way when you put it together later, you know, it's a nice clean look, you know, when it's on. And then all I have to do, now I got the chassis painted initially. Then all I have to do is just set this down on the body, line the steering shaft up there. But the one thing I learned on a previous build that I did wrong, I did this and I had this chassis all built and I painted it all as one unit like that. But when it came time to put the engine in, these kits have the manifolds that go under the engine. I guess it was like an experimental for like, I think they said 1 year maybe. I could be wrong on that. If anybody knows, you can fill me in. But anyway, they just use that for almost all these Monogram, at least the GM kits. And once you get that together and those headers on there, if all this is together, you got no clearance with your headers on there between these bars, and you really fight it. I did get it in. I think it was the Mountain Dew Buick that I did. You can get it in, but it's pretty tough to do. But anyway, there's the progress on this one. I'm going to leave the bell housing red. I may paint the engine black yet. I don't know. I may leave it red. And then just paint up the transmission a steel color, whatever. And then suspension, I just glued it all together ahead of time. Then it'll just set right down in there when I'm ready for it. And then fuel cell, I'll detail this up a little bit. Maybe paint this black or aluminum. And then leave the fuel cell red, of course. Maybe paint the oil tank silver or black. Or I may leave it red. You really don't see this unless you open the trunk. So I really wouldn't have to detail it at all, but being that I know it's in there, I probably will. And then just drive shaft and the intake, I took and open the holes up on the distributor. Now it's kind of crude, but I think it'll get the job done, because really you barely see this with the air cleaner. Once it's all together and the way the engine sits back, you barely see this, but it'd be a nice spot. And I say, as long as when we're building models, we kind of go for illusion. So if you can give the illusion of a distributor back there with wires, I say that's pretty much what we're going for. So, and I'll dull this up, or maybe even strip it and paint it like make it look more used. You know, it's just so flashy. And then I got the seat done, and then this rear kicker bar, I think they called it, goes back here. But anyway, that's progress on the Yarborough car. So we're coming along a little bit at a time. That's it. I told you I'd give you some updates on it, so that's what I've come up with so far. So I'm going to slide these guys out of the way, and I'll be right back. Okay, project 2 coming in over the top of you here. I just started this the other night. Working on the big rig semi-trailer, the AMT, which used to be the IMC. And I believe it went to Lindbergh then. I don't know the whole history on that. So, but we're getting this together, and this is going to be the companion trailer for the Ryder, the Mack Ryder truck, which I've still got to touch up that airfoil. Again, guys, life happens. Quite busy here lately, so I'll get to that as soon as I can. I did fill this top on this, and I didn't glue all this down together yet. I did fill this. There was a seam right here where these two top panels go together. So I did fill that. I'm going to smooth that all up. And then I've got the inside primered. And I'll just shoot that a white inside there. And then this, I left this off so I could get in here and spray and really detail up this floor. Now you could have left this top section to where you could just lift it off and look inside, but I just wanted mine all solid, and I'll just be able to open the back doors on it then to see in. But this is from this kit here. Just the old, at one time, IMC rig, which is now carries the AMT label on it. So, honestly, guys, not a bad kit. I started wondering out how it was going to go, but once you start fitting things up and seeing how they fit together, going together pretty nice. This is not 100% flat, but it's not quite so bad that when I set everything together, it's got enough movement in it, and it's not a tight bend, so it's got enough movement that I could pull that together. You know, that'll snug up pretty nice. And this is the glue that I've been using. I love this stuff, this Extreme Power. Most of the time, use the medium. I do have a tube of thin back there, and you got to be really careful with that, because it's like really, really thin, but it's good for like you put it in the joint and it'll work on capillary action. It'll just go right down the joint for you there. So that's what I use on the glue for these, and I did for any time where you need strength like this to really hold it together. So gonna get some paint on this, and I did order some Ryder decals for the trailer too, so those should be in here next couple days, and we'll get some Ryder. I'm probably gonna put them on the back. I've seen a lot of those trucks like that where they maybe have their carrier name towards the back. So I'll decide on the placement of that. But anyway, well, guys, I got kind of a busy day coming up here, so I just want to slide in here and show you what's going on with this, what projects on the bench, and the like. And again, thank you, David, for the wing for the Superbird. I can get that going back again, and it get back in back in its proper state. I'll get it sooner or later, guys. So we got a nice haul. Now that I need to find a place to put it, but it's not going to be a problem. I'll find a spot for them. And 2 projects we're working on the bench kind of simultaneously here. So just wanted to share it with you guys, and stop in here and say hey again. I know it's been a little bit since I put a video, a few days here, but anyway, still having a couple of uploading issues, but I think once I can get those ironed out once and for all, I should be able to put out kind of get back on a normal schedule somewhat. So anyway, guys, this is Eric from Eric's Model Garage. I'm going to slide on out of here today. You guys have a great day. God bless you, and happy modeling.